Well, I've done it on 2 of them now, so I have a general idea. But you just use a spudger to kind of peel it back, and then there's 2 screws at the top. These are all T5, Torx 5, but the lengths and the threads of a number of them are different. Yeah, like there's a silver type of screw underneath one of the, it's like a rubber peg on the, I don't know what you would call that. That's just how I identify that. Oh, these ones are where the different screws for the base go. There's 2 towards the front. And the last metallic looking one. And then it's just inserting a spudger. Once you're able to pop like 2 sides, you can kind of just pull it open. It does not feel right at all. Yeah, there we go. Yes, like it'll pop open like that, and you can kind of just hinge it and pull, and it makes a pretty awful noise in my opinion, but then you get into gear. And then there are 2 Torx screws towards the middle, like upper middle. Again, they're all T5. But these ones are a coarser type compared to the other ones, and they are short. And then the part that I dislike the most is pulling this thing out. I found just kind of like grabbing it and pulling back kind of allows you to get a feeling of it. But it's like a origami finger trap. Eventually you'll get it up more. go. There's 2 more screws. These are also different thread. These are more fine compared to the last 2. What I liked to do for my other ones when I was figuring this out is once you've got those out, you can kind of pull on the, you can kind of like pop the circuit board up a little bit. I don't remember how I did this. Because the battery connector is right there. It's just kind of awkward. It's like if you pop the board up, then you can get the connector out. But I think I'm just gonna approach this different. Let's see. See if I can pop the battery out like this instead. Yeah, that was fine. I was able to just get leverage underneath and then just kind of pull up. It is a metal tool, but I'm not too worried. And I'm just gonna peel this Teflon tape. Put it somewhere so I can reuse it. And then with that done, use an awesome tool called my fingernail to pull up these levers. Why are you so stuck? Let's just see if I can pry it up, maybe. That did not feel right. Doesn't feel nice. Don't want to pull on those and cause an issue. Yeah, this one, all the other ones when I peeled it up like this, just kind of went like, oh, I'm gonna open up now. But this one's just like stuck. Which is throwing me off because there's no screws I'm missing. Oh, is it just clipped? It is clipped. So pulling on the sides released the board. I guess I just like did that without realizing on the other times. And then I can actually get the little Dorito out. And then this cable is kind of routed underneath. There's like a little like plastic like hole on the side there, and then it kind of goes through and then comes up this way. I can't for the life of me get it in there properly. So what I ended up just doing is I peel off the plastic cover. Just put that down, and then I pull the cable up. Ooh, that one's eating a little. Yeah, I pull the cable up, and then I just use the cable to kind of. Ooh, this one is stuck. Well, there we go. I was able to wedge it on the side. And then I guess wedge it from the under. And this one is puffy. This one's definitely the most puffy out of all of them. I'm just gonna reuse the tape because it didn't peel that bad. So yeah, the way that I did it is I just took the battery cable from my replacement one and folded it down. And then I stuck the new battery in, but I stuck it in towards the side, so there's kind of like space for the cable to go down beside itself. And then while holding that down, I grabbed the little plastic cover. Oh my god. This shit sucks. Oh, and I just put it down. No. Down like that. Oh, pop back up. Okay. And I put it down again. There we go. Yeah, so that way then the battery cable just kind of goes beside it, but it's not routed through, and it's just like, I don't have to suffer putting it through that. Grab a little Dorito board. least try to flip. Please flip. Okay. Yes. Reuse Teflon tape. Now I need to make sure so the battery cable is up and kind of rotated, so it's out of the way. Just pulling on the side so that it goes in, and then I'm just gonna grab, these are the finer thread ones. One. There's two. And then cable. Cable's in. Before I close it up, I got a battery on the side over here, or a battery bank, I mean, and I'm just gonna plug it in with my little USB guy. Yeah, and that's pulling 4 watts. Yeah, and it's lit up, so far as I know, should work. And I can have the fun of putting it back into this thing. So there's 2 screws here that you need to make sure you put in before you close this back. And it's easy to line up. There's the pins here, holes for the pins. I don't know if there's an easier way to do it. I just found that like kind of just pulling on it and circling around slowly. I say that as it just like instantly pops out of one side. Ooh, that didn't sound nice. This side is so high. Start and try again. I had this issue each time. Pull that photodiode. Hello. Okay. 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 Okay, it's in. Okay, don't do what I did and forget these two screws. They go here and here. Probably not a huge deal leaving them out, but less than ideal, I would think. So I had to pop this back open, and that's why I had a jump cut. But there's one. And the other screw. And then this only goes on one way, easy way to know. There's a little thing for the LED right there. There's a little hole right there, and plus there's also two holes for the screws up here. Just put it on, squish that sucker, and you can start putting these screws back in. The way that I like, again, to know where these ones go, there's like a little rubber peg kind of there. So they go in the rubber peg hole. So here's the rubber peg. And then black screw. Those go in the other holes that don't have the rubber peg. If you didn't peel the bottom off, or even if you did, it probably would stick fine on there again, but I just didn't want to pull it off entirely to worry about that, personally speaking. It probably, like I said earlier, would have been okay if you did leave those screws out, but I feel better knowing that those screws are in there, and it felt like deja vu to when I put my Quest Pro back together and I had 2 extra screws and I had no idea where they went, and then I found them later, but I didn't want a repeat of that. But yeah, all those are back together. Press and hold the button, tracker turns on, and it pairs, and I'm just going to turn it back off. So yeah, should be good.